Hello, my beautiful people, and welcome back to another beautiful day in the garden. Today we are going to continue playing with my texture that I've been playing with last week. Last week we did a couple of pieces, my first foray and adventure into texture painting that was giving me serious island vibes, and I really loved how they turned out. So tonight we're going to go a little bit bigger and we're going to try something different. I did try this a few minutes ago and I wasn't happy with one of the variables that I had changed, so I scraped it off and we're going to do it again without that variable. So this is an 18 by 24 inch gallery wrapped canvas. I have taped and pinned the back and I have painted the sides and edges. Let's get that out of the way for a second and I'll show you what we're using. Tonight we are using this all-purpose filler. I got this from Amazon. The last one I used this Vasari Venetian plaster paste, which worked really well and I was very happy with it, but I wanted to try this also because I've seen a few people using this stuff. I have seen people mixing this with PVA glue. I did try that. That was the variable and I didn't like it. So now we're going...
Disaster, I think.
So now we're going back to just our all-purpose filler, which is pretty cool. So this is kind of pretty. I like this. Okay, so we're using the all-purpose filler. I also have something that I'm really excited to play with. This is Golden Glass Bead Gel, which is really awesome. I'm so excited about this. I did a couple of little tests with it. It's basically gel gloss, but it has these teeny tiny glass beads in there. Can you see them, HOA?
I think so.
And when it dries, it's so pretty. It almost looks like snow or snowflakes. Little bits of bling. Really, really cool stuff. And I have done a couple of experiments where I've mixed it with This Little Piggy pigments and it worked beautifully. And I tried it with this stuff. And this is Ranger Distress Mica Spray. And it worked really cool. So we're going to use some of this too. I have some Deco Art Americana Decor Metallics in 24 karat gold. And the piggies we're using, this one is Sapphire, which is one of my absolute favorites. And we have some unicorn also that we're probably going to mix in with the glass beads. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to put down some of this all-purpose filler onto this canvas and we're going to create some texture. Okay, so this is actually a brownie spatula that I got on Amazon like 3 years ago, and I use this more than almost any other tool in the studio. I use it to mix things, I use it to scrape things, I use it to stir things. It's an awesome tool. It was a brownie spatula, but any kind of spatula will work. You know, this is just a good size and shape for me. So we're putting kind of a thicker layer on here because I do want to create some texture with this, so I don't want it super thin. Also don't want it very, very even because we are trying to make texture. And I would recommend you guys get some of this stuff. Look in your garage because I'm sure you have some.
Also called spackle sometimes.
Yeah, well I think spackle is mixed or not mixed yet, and whereas this all-purpose filler is already pre-mixed for you. So, but go in and play. Like the Venetian plaster, I had no idea what it would do. Just used it and it worked cool. So we're gonna play with this one this time and see how it goes. But I think that's part of the fun of, you know, this very experimental abstract stuff is, you know, use what you've got, see what happens. You might be very pleasantly surprised. Happy accidents, right? Okay. So as you start playing with this and spreading it out, it does soften up a little bit. It's pretty stiff at first. Okay, so we're just kind of spreading this out a little, make sure the whole canvas is covered. That looks pretty good. Okay, so we're gonna move that over for a second. Okay, now we're gonna put some color on here, just a little bit. I have taken some of my This Little Piggy pigments in Sapphire and just mixed it with a little bit of isopropyl alcohol to get sort of a alcohol ink with the piggies. And I'm just gonna, it's very pretty. You can see how thin it is. So I'm just gonna sprinkle some of this around, and then we're gonna spread that out a little bit too. I haven't done this before with this, so I don't know exactly what's gonna happen, but we'll find out. I'm gonna use one of these sponge brushes and just kind of move it around a little bit. Looks pretty cool. Use a little bit more maybe. That looks pretty neat. I like that. I'm happy with that. I'm also going to do that same thing with the 24 karat gold, but I'm not going to mix it with anything. I'm just going to put a few little dabs and drizzles on here. I'm going to use a clean brush and kind of spread that around a little bit. All right, okay, now the secret weapon we're gonna use tonight is this nail brush. Very high tech. And I'm just gonna drag the bristles through this top texture, and we're gonna create some beautiful wavy effects. Are you ready, husband of awesomeness?
Aye, lass, that I am.
Here we go. And I'm not digging into it, I'm just dragging it very gently through there. Then pick up some on the side. I'm gonna do that again. Overlapping just a bit as we go. Not looking for perfection, just looking to create some texture. I think it looks really neat already. I do want to clean this off in between because otherwise we get these like little gloppy bits that we don't want. Here we go. Looking pretty cool. Let's go over this one more time. Okay. Alright. Okay, I'm going to take this brush and I'm just going to drop it into a tub of water, and I am going to wash that a little bit later on. This is looking pretty cool. I want to give this about 5 or 6 minutes to dry and set up a little bit before we do the next step. So we will be right back. It looks cool though. Okay, so it's been about 15 minutes or so that I've let this top layer dry. Now we're gonna get on to the next step, which I'm really excited about. I'm just gonna move that out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. We're gonna take these 2 little Dixie cups and some of this Golden Glass Bead Gel, and we're gonna combine them with some piggies. So the first one we're gonna use is TLP Unicorn. This is TLP Unicorn. Beautiful color shift with that amazing electric blue that happens. So I'm literally going to take a scoop of the gel gloss with the beads in it, maybe 2 scoops actually, and I'm going to put some unicorn in there, and I'm just going to mix it straight in, not very much. Now when you're using piggies, you should always wear a mask. I'm not going to, but you can see how it does go into the air around what you're doing.
Looks like magic dust.
Yeah, but you don't want to breathe in the magic dust.
Fairy dust.
Okay, well, they wouldn't really be able to hear me if I was wearing a respirator. So this is a beautiful color now. This is TLP Unicorn with that glass bead gel. I'm excited about that. And then the other color that I want to do is a little bit of the Billabong that we used previously. So again, I'm going to get a scoop of the gel gloss. I don't need as much for this part. And this one's already mixed in with some pouring medium, so I'm just going to put literally a couple of drops and mix that up together. And it's a really pale teal color. I really like these glass beads. They're a lot of fun to play with. Okay. All right, so we have those two.
Pouring with them. I wonder if you could try pouring with them.
Well, I think you could put them as accents here and there. Okay, so we've got those ready to go. We're going to bring our canvas back, and we're going to be using this mandala stencil that I'm very excited about. And I don't want to put it right in the center. I'm going to kind of put it off center to one of the sides, just like that. If it stays flat, you better put it the other way down so it'll be flat. Flatter, yes, exactly. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, that's flatter. So now we're just going to play. So I do want some of that teal around the center section. So I'm just going to take the glass bead gel and just very gently apply it around this center section. You could use a palette knife, you could use your fingers. I'm just using the stick because it's already in here. So we don't need a thick layer at all. This is going to be really beautiful when it dries. This is one of the really nice things about using things with texture, because they have a kind of a distressed look. It doesn't have to be perfect. You actually want it to not be perfect, so it takes a lot of the pressure off. Okay, so that's a really thin layer on there, but that's fine. That's great. And now we're going to come in with the unicorn, and we're going to put a lot more of this around the sides.
So that's the magic piggy fairy dust just straight into the glass beads.
It's one really nice thing about the piggies is they're really versatile. You can mix them with resin directly, you can mix them with paint, you can mix them with most kinds of pouring medium. You just need to disperse them either in some varnish first or some, I like using isopropyl alcohol to disperse the piggies in. I'm going to mix up a little bit more of this.
It's like to get the piggies drunk, that's what it is.
Tipsy, not drunk.
Ply them with alcohol.
A little bit more in there. Kind of like Pop Rocks. Okay, we're going to turn this around. love this color. TLP Unicorn is so beautiful, and it does this amazing magic trick, I like to call it, where it shifts from this very pale blue to a gorgeous electric blue that is just really, really beautiful to me. I love it. Okay. I'm just going to kind of smooth out this top layer. If I need to add a little more in a few places, I will. It was good that we waited a little bit for the, oh, see, I made some marks with my fingers. Organic embellishments, right? Okay, now we're going to take this distressing spray from Ranger mica spray, distress mica spray, and we're going to add this to a few places. I want to put some in the center, kind of stronger, and then we're just going to put from up high, kind of around the outsides.
Does it do more than just add color?
Yeah, it's gonna add some shimmer too. Okay, that's probably enough. All right, let's take this off and we'll see. Do you think we need anything else on there? Should I put a little bit of gold on there?
I was about to suggest that for
A little bit of
contrast.
gold. Okay, let's get this little sponge. And we're just gonna dip the sponge directly into the gold. This is my Decorative Americana Decor Metallics in 24 karat gold. Just gonna put a little bit here and there. Put it in one more time. Get a little bit more on in some places. These areas where I made some marks. Okay. All right. That's pretty blingy now. Let's take this off. Are you ready, husband of awesomeness?
Aye, lass, that I am.
Here we go. Ooh, it's cool. That's pretty neat looking. I like that. What do you think, honey? So you guys can see the texture on there. So everything that's that light blue color is the unicorn, and that's gonna do that beautiful magic trick with the shifting. And then in here in the center is the Billabong, and I think it's gonna dry really, really pretty. Hope. And also the fact that this back texture is that those wavy rough lines, and the texture of the unicorn and the Billabong is those glass beads. So they're gonna look really, really neat when they're dry. And it should be dry probably in an hour or so, at least for the glass bead part. So I will take it outside in the sun and show you then. So thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I really appreciate you guys and all of your support whenever I try something new. You know, there's always a little bit of worry as a content creator of if you're gonna like it or not, and you know, is it gonna get watched? But we really have to kind of be true to ourselves and go where my journey is taking me. So I appreciate all the support. I appreciate the love and the encouragement, and you guys are amazing and awesome, and I love y'all. So we will be back very soon with the dried result. Okay, so this is about an hour or so later. We are outside, hoping that it dries more, so I can show you guys the unicorn doing that beautiful shifting thing that it likes to do. But I am loving this glass bead gel. It is so cool. As it dries in the gel gloss, you can start to see all these little teeny tiny glass beads in there, and that gorgeous texture that it creates. This Billabong over here in the corner is so pretty and so sparkly. I am just in love with that. I think it's amazing. And I really like that kind of rougher, wavy texture in the background, and then the very smooth, elegant, sparkly glass beads on top of that texture is really, really pretty. I like the juxtaposition between those two a lot. I hope this is in focus. It's kind of hard to see out here, but really beautiful stuff. I'm trying to catch that. Let's see if I can tilt it a little bit. You can see the color shifting of the unicorn. It was showing a second ago, but it's really, really neat. So I'm very, very pleased with this. I think it turned out really cool. I would like a little bit more contrast next time, so color choices will change. But I really like using the stencil with the glass bead gel. I think that's gorgeous. And I liked playing with the nail brush to create the texture in the background. So I'm still not done playing yet. This is a lot of fun. I hope you guys give it a try. The texture is just awesome to play with. So thank you so much for being here tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. I will show you when it's completely dry in the next video, and hopefully we'll be able to see that color shifting unicorn magic then. So thanks for being here, guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye-bye.